Hi, I'm James from the website agalaxycalleddallas.com, and this is New Comic Book Wednesday, letting you know what picks I'm going to the comic book shop to find, and also telling you about some of the events that are happening in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. This Wednesday being the day before Thanksgiving, I want to start off by wishing everybody a happy Thanksgiving, just in case I forget by the time I get to the end of the video. Since this is the third of my video series, I'm still in the learning process, still trying out different things. I've got some different software that I've been working with, working on my lighting, working on the whole makeup thing, and yeah, there's no makeup. So I'm always asking for critiques, suggestions, comments. You can comment in the comment section of the video on YouTube or on my website, or you can send me an email at agalaxycalleddallas@gmail.com. Again, I'm always open to suggestions. Starting off with comics this week, I'm really into, as I said, the last couple of videos. I'm really big into the Batman family arc. I read Batgirl, Nightwing, Batman and Robin, and Batman. And right now they've got the story arc Death of the Family, and so I've been picking up the Catwoman and Nightwing and reading about the different parts in there. And if you haven't heard of the Death of the Family yet, it is actually the sequel to, well, it kind of leads off from what happened about a year ago when the Joker disappeared. Out of Arkham Asylum, he's not in his cell. You find his face, basically the skin of his face, attached to the wall and just missing. They don't know if he's dead, don't know what's happened. And so this picks up where James Gordon is at the police precinct. He gets a phone call, and it's the Joker, and he's coming for the face. And he ends up basically wiping out everybody in the precinct except for Gordon. And he takes his face and he disappears. He's basically going after Batman and everyone he knows, loves, and something's happened to him. He's very twisted. He was twisted before, but as of now, Harley Quinn is in a scene with Harley Quinn and Batman. She has let Batman know that even she is worried, and when that poor child is that worried about her Joker, you know something is wrong. And that is what makes it a very a tale that I want to follow. When someone is worried about the Joker, you know that it's going to be a very, very interesting ending. So that's what I'm reading right now. This week, Nightwing number 14 and Catwoman number 14 continues the story. So if you haven't picked it up yet, jump on. Last week it was Batman number 13. I think it was Batman number 13 is what started it all. And you can read it again also in Batwoman. So let me see, Batman and Robin, Batgirl, Batwoman, Catwoman, Nightwing, and I think Suicide Squad and Red Hood and the Outlaws. I think that's... ask your favorite comic book shop owner, or dealer, the guy that stands behind the counter and rings it up for you. They can help you out with those titles. And there was a question posed to me last night on Twitter from a gentleman named Jarrett Rush. And Jarrett asked, he's never been a comic book reader, but feels like he's missing some good stories. And any recommendations on stuff to start with if he's not much of a superhero fan. And that happens. There are some people that want to read comic books, but they're not really big into the superhero stuff. And again, when you walk into the store and you've got so many titles of one character and so many titles of another character, you do have a problem figuring out where to start with. If you are and it's gotten to the point nowadays where whatever genre of book you like reading, you can pick up a comic book in that same genre. In fact, some friends and I from the Fellowship of the Geek about 2 months ago sat down and we discussed the same question. Where do you jump into comic books at if you don't know where to jump in? And we batted around some titles, and we had some good titles. And I'll be going over two of the ones that I picked up that I really liked. And if you want to hear more, just go to the Fellowship, thefellowshipofthegeek.net, and they'll have their podcast link up there, and you can go back a couple of videos and see what we talked about. One of the first titles that I picked up from the discussion was this one by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. It's called Saga, and it is it's a romance story, but it's so much more than that. Good sci-fi. Two alien soldiers. They are both soldiers, whether she looks like it or not. They are fighting this war against each other. They somehow come in contact, fall in love, and they have a child. And now both species are tracking them down to, punish them. And it is a graphic novel, not in the graphic novel sense. It's graphic. There is very mature content, sexual situations, that type of thing. So if you're a younger reader, you better ask mom and dad, because the guy behind the counter is going to look at you and go, "Give me ID." If they don't, they really should, because there are some scenes in there that you probably younger readers should not have. If you're a parent, definitely look into it. And there are even some older folks that probably just don't like that kind of stuff, so be forewarned. But it is a great story. Brian K. Vaughan, you've heard of from Y: The Last Man, and he's also written for episodes of Lost, the TV show. Don't let that, don't hold it against him, okay? There were other writers on that show too. It's a great story. And Fiona Staples from Mystery Society and North 40, great artwork, good book. I really like this one. It was an excellent suggestion. Then one that I found on my own is this one here. It's called The Massive. This is actually The Massive issue number 6. This came out last week. Another great story, eco-disaster, kind of a perfect storm thing with the whole eco-disaster. You've got volcanoes erupting. You've got weather patterns shifting. You've got mass fish killings in the ocean. You've got glacial melting. Just everything's going wrong at one time. And in the whole situation, you've got a small ship with a small crew, and they are searching for one of their larger ships from their group. It has gone missing, and it's called the Massive. That's the name of the ship. And so in the storyline of them tracking down this ship, they are also learning to come to grips with their new world and all the changes in it. Very good story. This whole thing is put together by the group of Brian Wood, Gary Brown, and Dave Stewart. Another great story to track down if you're looking for something new. If you have any suggestions out there and would like to pass them on in the contents below the video, or again in email or comments on the website, let me know, and I'll be glad to put them out there to the rest of everybody reading the website. As far as events going on this weekend, again, it's Thanksgiving weekend. Black Friday is where it's at. Enjoy. Are you going to be one of the ones going out at 8 o'clock Thursday night? Really? Please don't. That's so wrong to everybody. There's employees that should be at home with their families. The stores, that little bit of extra money, and then there's people out there thinking they're getting a better deal. They're not. Come on. What you're going to do is you're going to stay home. You're going to spend it with your family. You're going to wake up late Thursday morning sleeping off that turkey hangover. You're going to get up. You're going to have a turkey omelet. You're going to go in to one of the comic book shops or the local game shops in the area, because there are some Black Friday specials out there. All you have to do is check with your local game shop or comic book shops. Some of them I have heard are opening up an hour early. Some are going to be opening an hour late, or closing an hour late. Some are doing both. So be sure and check out your Keith's Comics, your Lone Star Comics, your Madness Comics, your Comic Book Craze, your CBAM Awesome Comics, Comic Book Asylum, Boomerang Comics, Area 51. If there's anybody I left out there, I'm sorry, that's a long list. I can't believe I remembered that much. Also, game shops. If that's one thing I need. If you know of any game shops where board games, I already know about Tiffany Franzoni and Roll to Play. The woman is awesome. I have nothing but much respect for her and her crew over there in Coppell, Texas, putting together that game shop, the things they do with the community, teaching kids, going to the schools and teaching the kids how to play board games. Really, really cool stuff, Tiffany. And much respect to you, and I'm glad to see you're doing good over there. But other than that, what other game shops are out there? I know Area 51 does miniatures, and a bunch of the other shops do miniatures, but are there any other board game shops, RPG shops, anything like that, that you might know of? Again, email me. Let me know about these places so I can put them on the website. Again, this is James, New Comic Book Wednesday, November 21st, 2012. Happy Thanksgiving. Remember, eat lots of turkey, be thankful for what you got, and be sure and enjoy your family, okay? Remember, you don't have to like them, you just have to love them.